Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Digna.
Welcome to Relationships.
We're a couple having a few.
Welcome to another episode of
Relationships. Hi!
Hi. I'm going to try not to go falsetto. I just started editing, or I didn't start, I finished editing a very recent episode, and I did it a lot.
And we're not going to do it anymore this entire episode. Neither one of us. Pinky promise.
Let's not go too crazy, but I'm going to wean myself off of this.
Quadruple thumb promise.
This week, we are going to be not just drinking something fancy, we're going to be eating. It's gone a little bit stale.
It's gone soft.
It's gone soft.
That's what I said.
She mentioned that. So we had a little bit of Mexican food for dinner this evening, courtesy of really our own selves, because if we give a plug to somebody who we paid, then why did we give them a plug? So we had some Mexican food. It was enjoyable, but we got some nachos with it, and that was the last bit of the nacho. The rest of it's gone.
And literally by a fancy drink, he means we have a gallon of martini.
Martini.
Oh, dang it. A gallon of marguerite that we got from Tequila Accent nearby, and they will sell you a gallon of margarita.
They give you a milk jug full of...
It's not a milk jug, it's a margarita jug.
Whatever. It's got an orange top, so it kind of looks like it's citrus juice, but we've got some margarita here, which I will be trying shortly. It's actually a decent house margarita. Especially when you get it the size of a house, an entire gallon jug of margarita sent your way. We had pretty good food there this evening. The margarita, that's just because it's called Relation Sips, not Relation Non-Sips. Well, you can sip milk. If we were drinking milk, we're sipping on something.
Relation Bites.
Yeah, it's not a food critique place. Well, it's not even a beer critique or a drinking critique thing. It's just a show that we talk about. So this week was really, really cool. We finished off 2 classes.
Yes. Fourth semester done. 8 classes done.
Only 21,
a couple dozen left.
Yeah, 21 or so classes to go, and then we'll be...
we'll be nothing, actually. There's nothing happening after that we can guarantee.
We'll be graduated. That's all. That's the only guarantee I can make is when we're no longer in school, we will be out of school.
When we hopefully actually get hired.
And then we get to pretend that we're super, super important people, and we have to trick a company to employ us.
Ugh, we're going to have to wear pants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pants are the worst.
Gross.
So we have now had a pretty good week. There are 2 different pieces of news. Which one should we start with? Ours, or should we start with... I guess we'll start with ours, because ours is leads into the other one.
Or also ours is anything anybody listening cares about.
All right. Yeah, obviously, we're the most important people in your universe. That's why you listen to us.
You're welcome.
100%. Or as your mom would say, 100. She likes to, I don't know that she likes to, but she does tend to kind of get a little bit off kilter with these things.
Misquotey.
Little misquotey. So 100. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then we found out that she meant 100%. So this week we
bought an RV. Well, a tiny trailer.
I mean, it is a recreational vehicle. I don't know if you can call it a vehicle.
They are all RVs. It's either a trailer or a motorhome, I think, are the 2 main categories.
Yeah, I would say even a fifth wheel is kind of a trailer anyway.
Yeah, it's a trailer.
But yeah, so it's either you can drive it or you can tug it.
You can pull it or you can push it.
No, you can't push it. I mean, I guess you could if it was small enough. You could get behind it and physically push it.
Don't question my science.
Okay, I apologize. You hear me apologizing as a husband who knows what's what. You apologize when you mess up.
Right.
And I did mess up this weekend, which we'll go back to that in a second. We bought an RV.
Tis a trailer.
So it's a trailer. It is about 18 feet, which I think maybe includes like bumper to hitch.
Possibly. It's very small.
It's a short one.
It's the size of your closet.
Yeah, if you live in like Narnia, I don't know. No, it's not that big. So we have this really cool little trailer. It's got a bed. It's got a little sitting area for dinner that turns into a bed.
It's got a poopa.
It does have a pooper.
It's got a kitchen. It's very nice. It's perfect. It's good for 3
and
tiny
a shower.
people.
It is something that if you were really, really, really having some hard luck out there, you could live in it very, very comfortably as a single person.
You could. I have been watching a lot of random videos, and I've recently found a man who's been living in his Prius for 6 years. So, I mean, basically, we're living in the Taj Mahal compared to him.
I mean, if you're living in a Prius, I mean, that is some roof stoof.
And it wasn't because he was like homeless, having a hard time of life. Like, this was his chosen lifestyle, and his kitchen area was also his bed area, which was also his storage area, which was adjacent to his bike area, which stored all of his solar panels. So there was like a lot and a little bit of space.
So he is
he's a nomad, digital nomad.
He is a married man with all sorts of responsibilities in that manner.
He definitely said the opposite of all of that. So, yeah.
Sorry. He's a loner.
He's alone in the Prius.
Like Lorenzo Lamas in Renegade.
Dun dun.
Look it up. It's a 90s thing.
That music had nothing to do with that.
If you don't know anything, yeah, because that was Law.
Was
that Law and Order?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you did Law and Order, but yeah, Renegade, Lorenzo Lamas. Look it up. It's a 90s thing.
Boring.
And we'll say hashtag Lorenzo Lamas. And that's more for editing reasons. So now that I'm pointing it out to myself, it'll be very easy when I edit it to see, oh, I said hashtag.
Smash tag.
So I'm going to put a hash brown.
Flash tag. Flash peg.
That was on, you haven't seen the show yet, but somebody who was not familiar with hashtags, he said, put one of those hash brown things on there.
I'd rather have hash brown.
I mean, that would be great if you got hash brown every time. Hash browns, double hash browns. So yes, we are enjoying our gallon jug. Oh, what's that? That's a real
Margaritoides.
And we were just with my cousin Rebecca Ann.
Hey, darn it, I did it. Broke my promise. Yeah, we went to their brand new house, super nice, in a very nice part of town, and we had dinner with them. They had 5 guys. We had a Mexican place near their house. It was quite nice.
Well, that was a communication error. So it was, hey, we should either have Mexican or 5 guys. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yes.
And we went Mexican, and they went 5 guys. So yeah, we almost communicated correct. We were so close to getting the answer right there, but yeah.
Either way, it was yummy dinner.
So there were burgers and tacos on the table at the same time. There were beans and
buns.
Ah, well done.
Yeah.
There's another one there. You know what? Give us your best 5 guys / Mexican food crossover.
What is your burger and taco slogan?
Like beans,
for lack of a better word.
Beans and buns works.
That's
really,
just a
really
black
well.
bean burger.
Yeah, but so yeah, come up with that. Nachos and I got nothing.
Nacho boiga.
Nacho hamburger. So that was the big thing. We bought our new motorhome, and what did I do? I said, "Hey, this thing needs some cleaning." And I went up on the ladder, and I got on the top of it, and I looked, and there was just over time, just being out in the elements, etc. You get some a little bit of mildew on the top. So I was like, you know what?
For which one uses Dawn?
Well, not for the mildew. You get the bleach. You get bleach for the mildew.
Yeah, you get bleach.
You get dirt for the rest.
You
get bleach. You get the dirt off with Dawn. So you know what else you get off with bleach?
Your
skin.
fingerprints.
So if I was ever looking to evade the law, I now know how to do it because I did not wear gloves and I used full strength bleach on that roof and I was cleaning it and
He scrubbed it so good.
I scrubbed it so
It and his fingerprints.
I scrubbed it, and by it my fingerprints. It was funny because I was like scrubbing and I'm like da 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 da, I'm getting it clean. And I don't realize that. I'm like, oh, I must have an open cut because I feel a little bit of burning on one of my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel it on the other finger, and I'm just da 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 da. And apparently I swapped hands at some point, and I was like, oh, I must have a cut on the other hand too. I was like, how do I have so many cuts on my fingers? And I look, and
because my hands are breaking open.
I gave myself chemical burns. And I was like,
Dun,
oh,
dun, dun, dun.
wow, that makes me feel really, really ridiculous right now. Because like, oh, you hurt yourself? Oh, was it because of some sort of weird freak accident? Nope, it's because of your own stupidity. I mean,
I didn't know.
I can't sugarcoat. Well, I mean, I've touched bleach before and been like, oh yeah, there it is. But I've never really, apparently, just
Bathed in it.
waded around in it like a little kiddie pool. And yeah, so it got me. The tips of my fingers are all like, it looks like I got a sunburn. And then beyond that, there are some actual, like, all of the tips of my fingers are red right now. But then there's some actual, like, raw meat kind of feel. So yeah.
He burnt.
Yeah, so I got a really good sunburn. Thank you, bleach. But I will never have to wash my hands again. So, and that's just
That's
science
not
right
how
there.
It works, but
Okay.
apparently it's scientifical.
Okay, it is scientific-less. That's what we said in the last episode.
It is scientificless.
That's what I just edited the episode, and it was scientificless. That's scientificless.
It's a word.
And now we have a clean RV, and I mean, I put my blood, sweat, and
Fingerprints.
almost tears. Yeah, my fingerprints are burned off on that thing now. And we bought this thing before I even cleaned it. We brought it here to our house, and we invited the artist formerly known as our neighbor, Digna's mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh,
There you go.
broke a
I did
promise.
it. I didn't make a promise. You made a promise. I would wean myself off. I had to do at least one. We invited her mom over here, and we were waiting for her husband maybe to come up because, like, I just assumed he would be super excited that, hey, you guys got a new RV. I want to see it, all that kind of stuff. And he didn't show up. I'm like, okay. And then she was here, and she's like, all right, I got to go.
For like 2 seconds.
I was like, and of course, I was like, wow, that was fast, especially because it was a Friday night. So I thought maybe she would hang for a while. And Digna was like, oh, she's got to take the dog out. Like, the dog must go out at 5 o'clock. So little did we know.
Liars!
Dirty, rotten scoundrels. They also bought an RV. So I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous episode, but we had a Class C. The Class C, for review sake, is the one that kind of looks like a U-Haul where they've got, it looks like the front of a van, and above the van they've got the little
extra space.
the little extra storage area. So if you've seen a U-Haul in your life because you don't live under a rock, that's what it's like. And we said, okay, cool, you're gonna live in that. It's a cool experiment at the very least. So they started living in that for a while, and they've only lived there for a few weeks. And then we went and saw just a really cool, nice one, a fifth wheel. Which
is also a trailer.
Yeah, a fifth wheel is the one. It looks pretty much like, it's almost like the trailer that you pull behind a semi
Like a horse trailer.
Like exactly like the way the horse trailers have that like gooseneck at the front. We saw one. We looked at it. We're like, oh my gosh, this thing's gorgeous. It's like 6 years newer than the one that, and we went and saw it without her. And we're just like,
Just for funsies.
Yeah, we're like, this thing's really cool. And all I was thinking is like, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool if they had this one. But the planets aren't aligning. Maybe they'll get something like this one day. Well, apparently the planets aligned, unbeknownst to us.
14 billion years early.
I don't know. I don't
You're
know
welcome.
anything about astronomy or astrology for that matter. And the planets aligned, and they got wind of this particular model. So we met the people, which were super nice. I mean, like, the nicest people ever. They got a cool little house. They got the little pool in the back, a little Casbah, and I was like, man, they got a cool trailer. And I was like, man, this is a great place. And they were selling this trailer, and it just so happened that Mom and Daryl saw this thing, and they were hooked the way that we were hooked.
There's no way you couldn't be. It was gorgeous.
We were like hooked on their behalf, kind of unbeknownst to them, and then they got hooked on this thing, and they bought it, and now that is now their residence, and
it's so lovely. I can't wait until they are able
it's amazing.
to hook it up to a truck and drive it around wherever, the state, the country, the county, anywhere. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a great place for retirement. So I'm a little bit jelly, but yeah, 12,000 pounds is what this thing weighs. So that's
1,200 pounds is what ours should weigh.
12,000 pounds. That's like, I don't know, a hair's width away from my deadlift record. So, I mean, we're talking a lot of weight almost.
He's talking about kiloliters.
Kiloliters.
Yeah.
That's scientificless. That's a real thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's extremely nice. So I'm glad they've got that. Now they've got the other motorhome that they were, the other RV that they were living. I think that may become now kind of a secondary string of income. You know,
if you want to rent a motorhome,
hey,
let us know.
If you're thinking like, hey, what would it be like to stay in a motorhome? Reach out to us. We've got one for you to rent out, and you can say, you know what, this is super cool. I want to be an RV person. Well, we'll even help you set it up. So
I mean, you don't have to become an RV person. You could just like love RVs and want to camp out.
Well, an RV person is a good thing. I'm not asking them to become a carny. Those are weird things.
That's not the same?
No, I mean, RV people can have larger hands than carnies.
Barely.
I mean, I have large hands.
I'm just kidding. My hands are huge, and I know somebody with carny hands.
I have, somebody with carny hands?
Mm-hmm.
Is she not an RV person?
Correct.
Do they have a pop-up?
No.
I thought they were getting one.
No.
Are we talking about the same person?
I don't know.
Does this person have multiple children?
Yeah.
And a husband?
Yep.
And her phone number is... No, I'm just kidding. But that's been our week. So 2 new RVs in the family.
And also passing grades in classes.
Not just passing grades. We got some alphas. We got double alphas. So we're in AA this semester. We were in AA.
Hi, I'm Digna, and I'm in school, and also not supposed to be drinking margaritas right now.
I mean, agree to disagree. That is the one good thing about taking classes online. You can eat your dinner while you listen to the teacher give the lecture.
Maybe that's why we have a bunch of A's.
Yeah, because nothing helps your grade more than being able to eat.
During your class.
During a class.
During class.
Not eat durian during a class. But yeah, so what else did we have that was great this week?
Other than buying an RV, finishing class, we've adjacent to buying the RV, we have a couple of campsites set up for Thanksgiving, possibly Christmas time. Labor Day, actually, we're going to be somewhere on Thursday. We're going to go camp out.
We're going to have some trailer turkey this year.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
It sounds, trailer
amazing.
Trailer turkey doesn't sound amazing. It sounds like we need to get a bigger fire extinguisher when I say that.
I was like, we don't have an oven, so...
We'll deep fry it.
We'll bring the cranberry sauce?
Deep fry it.
Maybe.
We've got all the deep fry stuff. We'll have to talk to our friends who we're going with.
Hi, Trish.
Oh, here's
Mike.
I'm not doing... No. I mean, hi.
That doesn't count.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello, Trish. Hello, Michael. Hello, Andrew.
So we went and hung out with them. We talked about this. So they're going out, and we're going to meet them with our RV and hang out for Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff, which is, really neat to just...
It's twops.
Enjoy your friends and all that kind of stuff. You talk about...
Who says enjoy their friends? What are you, 74?
I'm going to enjoy my pudding and my friends. But yeah, we're going to have a real good time. And the place we're going has access to the beach and the river. So we'll be able to kayak and we'll be able to...
Beach.
Ocean yak. That just sounds like vomiting into the ocean. Never mind.
And also kayak has nothing to do specifically with the river.
Yeah, exactly. Like kayak,
It's a kayak
ocean
in the
yak,
ocean.
river yak. That just sounds like kayak.
There's a lot of barfing happening.
we do a lot of yakking, especially when we have Jug O Margarita, which Digna's drinking on right now.
No, we're not amateurs.
And by the way, the last episode you listened to, we decided to sit on the bed and have a single microphone. And now here we are on our bed with a single microphone yet again. So please let us know if our super high, amazing audio quality
We have acoustics.
has dropped. Oh my gosh, I didn't even check the volume before we started recording this episode. I'm not even joking.
That would be terrible.
So the volume could be all the way.
Somehow you've
turned
gotten
around
worse at this whole setup thing over time.
Well, the problem is those knobs, I set them and they just seem to magically raise or lower based on their own whim. So as the recording device gets older, apparently I get older, and there we go. But yeah, I know we don't have a lot of interesting stuff. I didn't tell any amazing jokes this week, but I figured this week would just be a good little, just a status update. Next week will be crying and sobbing because we will be officially...
Oh, God. Actually, you know what? We probably won't be on the air again for another 4 to 6 weeks after this point.
Oh, so yeah, like the last semester
Correct,
where we couldn't figure it out. Yeah.
Correct.
Or I'll figure a way to get some episodes out. That's the alternative. I really want to get episodes out, but they're going to be unedited whatsoever. It'll be like, remember that time I said 38 times in one episode? Yeah, it's because I did no editing whatsoever. And on that note, excuse me?
You're
just
welcome.
kidding. Poddex.
You're welcome.
Poddex.com. That's the one thing I will endorse without being paid and all that stuff. Like where we bought the margaritas, I didn't say it, even though you did say the place.
Yeah, I did.
So this episode, brought to you by Poddex.com, says Poddex.com.
What will people look back at us 50 years from now and be shocked and appalled by? Good God, just the year 2020. Like all of it.
Wow, it's funny because I know that these were printed long before COVID-19, but yeah. What will people look back at us 50 years from now and be shocked and appalled by?
They will be shocked and
2020.
appalled by the whole year. Specifically by the fact that we could not actually get our S together and try to avoid everything that we're in right now.
So,
On top of that, we had 2 hurricanes at the same time. On top of
The
that,
double
we
hurricane.
had giant fires in California. I mean, I can go on.
I mean, you think about this. It's like, now we're talking about 2070. So I am, what?
2070?
Yeah, because
Oh
50
my
years from now.
gosh.
So I will be 89 years old.
Oh, you'll be a grandpa's age. It's gonna be so cute.
In the words of Desmond, I will be an old
old
man.
man.
I'll be an old man. I don't know why he says man, but it's
Because that's what British people say is old man.
Desmond goes, I'm an old man, but which is, I guess.
You can only.
I guess exactly. You can only be
You can only
old
be old
if you're British,
you're proper British.
or apparently at a certain age you become British. How old are you? I'm an old man. Wait.
I'm 5. I'm an old man.
I was like, wait, you said man. That's almost British. Hold on. So you're like middle age. I was like, I'm an old man. Yeah, you old. You're British. you're like the Monopoly guy. You got a monocle in, even though apparently he doesn't have a monocle in some sort of a what's that Mandela effect kind of way.
You don't remember him as having a monocle?
I think that's what everyone remembers him having, but apparently he doesn't.
Maybe. Is he? Yeah, he might be the Monopoly guy. He never had a mustache, though.
No, that's Colonel Mustard.
Monopoly guy has a mustache?
No, I said a monocle, not a mustache.
I know, but I said the Monopoly guy because he has a monocle.
I must
And then I
ask you a
said, but
question.
he can't be the Monopoly guy if he doesn't have a mustache.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. What's happening.
Anywho, Yeah, I think this question is kind of like a softball answer. People are going to look back at this year and be like, oh my goodness. Actually, 50 years from now, they're going to be like, I don't know. It wasn't on my subdermal brain implant, and
I'm pretty sure, like, my parents had to walk around with a gas mask on, and they couldn't eat for 4 years.
yeah, maybe it'll be amplified. So it'll be like, and it'll be propagated.
It's gonna have to be amplified, otherwise we're gonna sound ridiculous.
Like,
oh wait, we are ridiculous.
Back in my day, I was told I had to only wear a mask for 2 weeks and kind of stay away from people, and everything would be fine.
And 4 years later,
And nobody could do it. So COVID-19 became COVID 27 and a half by the time we're finally allowed out of our house.
Wait, 27? So 2007? 2027?
Yeah, 2027. So
yeah, say it right.
it's going to be it was COVID-19. It's not COVID 2019 or 2019. It's just
It would be
COVID-19.
COVID 27.
I said COVID 27 and a half. So like June of 2027.
Fine.
Finest frog fur. All right, guys. So there you go. Here's another episode.
No randomness whatsoever.
This is going to be our best episode ever. Everyone's going to love this episode and be
Best
like,
episode ever. B-E-E. B.
And if you guys were wondering, our most popular episode right now is the mother of all episodes.
That was the Mother's Day special. If you missed it.
Is that what it's called? I don't know if it's called the mother of all episodes. I don't remember what I named it. And if you guys have better names for episodes, throw some names at me. I'll
throw us a board.
And I'll throw them right in the garbage. No, I'm just kidding. But everyone, wash your hands.
Don't be gross.
Be safe. All right, guys, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Peace out. A-Town.
Boo dip. Boo dip.
Yeah.
This has been a Getting to Know Bruce presentation. Music provided by purpleplanet.com. That's purple-planet.com.